Recently, I sold our buck Pickles, so now we're on a hunt for a second registered buck, and today we're picking him up. But before that, we had to wean the babies and do some fun things with the rabbits. We drove about an hour to this lady's house to pick up this new addition of ours, and we actually went to her house about 2 weeks ago to look at all of her animals, and she mainly breeds and shows Nigerian Dwarfs, but she does have 2 Nubians, and I did look at some does like that gold girl named Joy, but none of it worked out, so we just decided to get the buck. This is my new registered Nigerian Dwarf buck, B&Team Farm, PR Paperboy. And he comes from amazing lines. Paperboy's Grand Dam and Grand Sire are both Finnish champions, and his Grand Dam was the 4th ever Nigerian Dwarf goat to get a perfect score of EEEE 93. We bought him from 5/8 Farm in Texas, but he was bred in B&T Farm, which is also in Texas, but they bought him when he was a baby, and he was born on January 5th of 2025. His coloring is a chocolate buckskin, and he has brown eyes, and he's disputed, and I'm very excited to be using him in my breeding season and in my ADGA Nigerians, and I'm very excited to see what he brings us in 2026.
Yeah, he's an amazing boy. So amazing.
The next day, we ended up moving the cattle herd around. We put Poppy and Petunia in with the herd, and we took Esther out and put her with September and May, since she's due to have a calf next month. That afternoon, we ended up going to Painted Legends Farm, and we ended up putting down a deposit for a new doeling that we'll be getting in October, and this is Loretta. Right here is the doeling we got, this little Chamosé girl, and this is Loretta and Loretta's children, and she's actually the mother to our wether, Conway. This is Poppy, and this is the doeling we ended up choosing. Since Halloween is next month, I decided I was going to be taking some Halloween photos of the bunnies. So first step is lowering our indoor bunnies onto the backdrop, but Diva just ate half the treat and left, so I only got one photo of her, which is kind of funny, but I still like the photo. Here is the backdrop. It's orange fleece with different Halloween themed items on there. The first official rabbit I did was Aslan. He did amazing. He was just eating the treat, and I got so many amazing photos of him. Then I decided to bring in Fiona from our porch, and she did amazing as well. She's always so goofy in photos. I love her so much. And since it was kind of hot that day, I decided to leave Fiona inside, and Diva was very angry that there was another bunny in her space. Then a few days later, I brought in Phineas, and I took some amazing photos of him. The lighting wasn't the best since I did it in a different angle to put a fence around it, but please enjoy all of these photos of the rabbits. I plan on doing the rest of them in a future video, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably also do Christmas photos as well, so yeah.
So right now, I'm about to be weaning the remaining 3 girls that we have. In case I need to recap, Aladdin and Moose have already been weaned. I haven't really showed them at all, but I did show them in the last video about our new goat. And then we still have the 3 little girls, Winnie, Lainey, and Jasmine. Nope. We still have the 3 little girls, Winnie, Lainey, and Jasmine, and we unfortunately lost Ren about a month ago. So I'm going to be moving everyone around, and since we don't have enough water trough, since the boys are slipping back and forth between 2 pins, I'm going to have to put all the rest of the girls together, which isn't ideal, but it's gonna work for now, and I'll show it. There's probably gonna be a whole bunch of fighting. And I'm also gonna put Luna with the other babies so she gets more feet. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I just put the whole herd together whenever they're eating, and I only took off Willow's collar. I might take off Wilma's and Minerva's collar just because they're kind of small still, and they'll probably get picked on, but we'll see. They're going to do a lot of fighting to see the herd order. I imagine Charlotte's going to be the herd queen. Hermione will be second in charge, but we'll see what happens. I took little Luna out, so now we're going to go put her with the other babies. But first I have to go get their feed. These are the ones who I figured would fight for like second in command, I get best, because Minnie got so big. Before it was Hermione and Genesis were tied, I feel like, but we'll see what happens. And in case you need a recap, that one is Willow, that one's Minerva, that one's Hermione, that's Genesis, Wilma, June, and Charlotte. Charlotte's definitely the herd queen. June's honestly probably second in command, and these guys are just fighting for fighting. Wilma's all excited because Willow's her mama, and Wilma loves her mama. So Charlotte, she's definitely herd queen. Now that I'm thinking about it, June and Wilma are probably in the bottom. That's probably why they're separated. Hermione might have got kicked out, or she's just second in command, I'm not sure. But I'll explain it all later once everything's figured out.
A few hours later, me, my aunt, and my dad, we banded Aladdin and Moose since they are going to be leaving to their new home as pets.
Do you want to get banded?